Hi, I'm getting set up for Yin Yoga today. Usually in Dallas on a Friday at 5:15, I would teach Yin Yoga. And so I thought today I may as well just go with the flow and go with Yin Yoga Fridays. And it is the afternoon here for me today in Dallas. It's kind of a light drizzly rain, a little bit cooler. So I thought, well, why not teach Yin Yoga? And so we'll give it a shot. Those of you who are new to Yin Yoga, you will experience a practice that's much slower. We'll probably only do 5 or 6 postures. I'm just getting my camera right. 5 or 6 postures, depending. I like to hold us in poses for a couple of minutes each side. And it's a time for us to really slow down, ground and center in our body. I'll use meditation practices to keep us connected to the full experience of the asana practice, as well as your breath, the space around you, and it should be really lovely. I've written some notes in the live chat area. Please feel free, if you are getting online, to write a little note. And again, I'm not using real yoga props here. You can see I've got a couple of cushions and pillow just from what I could pull from my place, just around. You can use yoga blanket, yoga blocks as well. And I've just lit some candles just to get the vibe right. And you may want to do some aromatherapy. Nice lavender scent is really good. And maybe some incense. Nag champa is a lovely one for relaxation. So yeah, well, I'm going to get us started. It's now 5:01. And I'll be posting this on Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to share it with friends and family, hit the prescribe button. And also, if you're up for donating, I would love that too. Send some yoga donations my way. I really appreciate it at this time, going through the coronavirus situation. There's a lot of us in similar situation. But yeah, okay, let's get started and move to the blankets. So Yin Yoga is a practice. It's a little bit darker. You can see I kind of turn my lights down a little. It does. It has an inner experience, a going inward experience. Yin is very much about tuning in to tune out. I have us on our yoga mat, but I also have a couple of pillows and blocks and blankets if you need it. We're going to start gently just relaxing on our back. Now, if you don't have pillows or anything and you're just showing up and just want to enjoy the stretch, or maybe you're just sitting at your desk and you're hearing just my voice, maybe that's all you need today for Yin Yoga. But let's get gently settled in. I'm going to do two pillow situations here. I've got like one of these pillows. I'm going to lay it flat. You can also, if you've got bolsters at home, use bolsters. These are long, kind of similar to a bolster, but a little bit smaller. I'm going to put a double pillow here, just so I've got a little bit of height. And put it towards the lower back, and maybe just sit what we call a butterfly pose setup. You can have your knees apart. You can have your legs stretched out comfortably, and then relax on your back and let your arms sit beside you. You want to kind of feel this natural curve in your back. And then right from here, just take a moment to take in the space. You'll breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. If you're struggling with sinus problems, you can always breathe in and out of the mouth if that feels more comfortable for you. Legs can be straight out to the corners of the mat, or feet can be together, depending on what you like. Try a couple of ways, but we're here for a couple of moments to feel the body settling in. When you take a deep breath in, know that you are connected like an anchor with a boat. You are connected to the breath. There is an inhale, and you can feel your chest cavity expand in the front. And when you fill the lungs with air, pause and hold your breath. And then when you exhale, soften the chest cavity, soften the belly, soften the buttocks and thighs. And feel the shoulders relaxing back for a moment. And I want you to repeat the breathing. You breathe in, fill the lungs to your maximum. Maybe you're opening up your chest cavity and it feels a little tight, and then you hold the breath for a moment, and then you lightly exhale, letting the breath leave the lungs, emptying yourself for a moment, and then pausing at the bottom when you're completely empty of air. Hold your breath for a moment, and then inhale again. You'll repeat the breathing in your own time. Don't wait for me to cue your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, hold your breath. Breathe out, hold your breath. Now, if holding your breath creates tension or anxiety, don't hold the breath. We're not here to inflict more tension or anxiety. We're here to observe the space we're in, meaning our body, our mind, our emotions, the space that surrounds us, the room we are in, and what the room contains, sounds. Maybe you can hear the sound of your air conditioning unit, maybe the sound of nature coming in from outside. Maybe you hear birds or light flow of traffic from the outside coming in. Or maybe you're just hearing my voice as you relax here, noticing your body in position, noticing the support around you. Maybe you need to adjust yourself a little bit and get a little bit more comfortable so that you can continue to feel your breath enter and leave your body. Give yourself a few moments to adjust yourself. Make the adjustments if you need to get up and grab another pillow or a blanket. Now's the time to do so. I mentioned the mind. So the mind is wonderful. The mind will move in and out of thoughts. Maybe they're thoughts of the day and images of your day. Maybe there's thoughts of the future, what's coming, or images of your future. And then there is this moment of now, deep presence. And that the only images are what your eyes can see. Or the only thoughts are what are arising and disappearing in this moment. So we're here with all of this. We're here with our physical body, feeling the sensations of maybe hot and cold feelings. Currently the temperature here is a little cooler today, so I can feel the cool air on my feet and my hands. And if I concentrate, I can feel the coolness on my face or my skin. Noticing the parts of the body that feel cool. And then there are the parts of my body that can feel warm. And as I'm breathing in and breathing out, I can feel my chest cavity expand, and that then turns the cool air from the external part of my body into warm air inside my body. I can feel warmth in my chest and my belly. I can feel warmth in my tongue in my mouth. Notice the parts in you that feel warm. Feeling the warmth inside your body. All of this is here. We can feel sensations of the body other than hot and cold. We may feel tingling in our fingertips and silky flow in our legs and our belly. The silky flow sometimes is me noticing blood flowing through my body. And then there are open, cool currents I can feel as I take a breath into my lungs. I can feel these cavities in my body filling itself up. And one cavity is the lungs, where under the ribs I feel my chest open, my lungs taking in air. I can feel the cool air run through my nostrils, down through the back of my throat, into the channels of the lungs. I can feel the cavities of my stomach, my pelvis, where the intestines sit. I can feel the cavity within my skull where my brain flops into the back of my head. And as I allow my brain to rest in my skull, I can feel when I close my eyes, my eyeballs resting into my head. No longer looking outward with my eyes, just letting the eyeballs rest back and down. I can feel the cavities of my bones. And I can feel the cavity of the marrow sitting in my bones, imagining the marrow inside my bones. There's much here to consider as I lay here and enjoy noticing and observing all the different parts of this practice. I notice my body. I notice sensations. I can feel hot and cold. I can notice my mind and its thoughts. I can notice my breath as it enters and leaves my body. I can hear the sounds inside my apartment. I can hear the sounds outside my apartment. I can even hear the sounds of my neighbor above me. Everything is all happening all at once, and I'm simply observing everything in gentle curiosity. And I'm noticing sometimes a tendency to be pulled away, to move into something, to move to the next posture. And I notice in myself curiosity about you, the viewers at home, in your bodies, and how you're feeling in the practice. And all of this is here together. All of this happening at the same time. All this gentle arising feelings, sensations, sounds, taste, smell, all the smells, all the tastes in my mouth, all the memories in my mind, and the breath. And my body in this position, noticing my bones, my muscles, and noticing the support underneath me, the pillow along my spine, the support of my yoga mat, and the support of the foundation below my mat, and then the earth supporting the building. Everything is all here all at once. My awareness gently flutters and moves between the different things that are here all at once. Noticing how different things are vying for my attention, all at the same time. Many things coming in, seeking my attention. And some things I am drawn to and curious about. And some things I notice I am pulling away from and avoiding. I'm not wanting to be drawn into. And it's all here. Craving and aversion. Noticing and observing the present moment and the space of just being here with you, myself, my space around me and inside of me, all at once. This is the beginning of Yin Yoga. This is the practice of stillness while taking different shapes with our body. This is the beginning part to meditation, observing and withdrawing ourselves into this experience. Noticing, observing feelings, thoughts, sensations, all of it here, all together, all happening at once. We're going to wiggle our fingers and toes for a moment to experience the next pose. And we will go from this gentle back bend into extending our legs if they're not already extended. Placing the hands on the floor or sliding your hands behind your head and pulling your head gently forward. And maybe pressing the hands on the ground as you move up gently, coming into a seated position. You can sit on the blanket, the pillow, slide it just underneath you for a moment just to get upright. I'm going to sit cross-legged, right foot in front of left foot. But don't feel like you have to sit cross-legged. You can always just have the legs stretched out and sit comfortably in an upright position with the spine. Your knees can be bent as well. Maybe you're like this, just sitting upright. And if it's comfortable to sit cross-legged, please sit cross-legged. So as we've gone from a back bend to seated position, take a moment to look around your space. And just turn your head to your right very gently, gazing to your right. And notice as your eyes pull to the right, feel the sensation in your left side of your neck, down to your collarbone and across your chest to your ribs and to your hip and to your left leg. Feel the left shoulder as you breathe in and breathe out. Let your eyes fill up the space. Let your eyes find the corners of the room, maybe finding different details that you haven't seen, maybe looking at the floor, the ceiling, the walls, right side wall, left side wall. Keeping your head to the right as you turn your eyes and notice. And then as you breathe in and breathe out, notice your body responding to the breath. The ribs open up, the chest lifts in the front, the shoulders relax down away from the ears. As you breathe gently here, still noticing with your eyes may be moving or have fixed on one spot. And just gently gazing at an object as you breathe in and breathe out. And then bring your head back to center and just finding a spot right directly in front of you and just find one point to look at. Let your eyes wander for a moment till it feels an attraction to something to fix the eye gaze on, preferably a non-moving object. I'm noticing I'm looking ahead and I'm looking at my jade plant, a succulent plant. My eyes immediately drawn to the vibrant green color of the jade plant. So breathe in and breathe out. I allow my eyes to soften and feel the experience of the plant. And there's a gentle smile on the face. The corners of the mouth are starting to turn upward a little as the chest lifts and the lungs fill with air. I notice myself breathing as I take the breath in. I feel the lungs, and as I breathe out, I notice how it feels to empty myself of air. Then I turn my head gently to the left, allowing my head to turn on the axis, the neck gently twisting and turning to the left. I feel the right side of my neck from my right earlobe down through the side of the neck to the collarbone, chest, rib cage and hip bone down into the thigh. Everything relaxing down as I lift up through the chest and the spine getting tall, head turning to the left. I let my eyes wander again. I do full circle around with the eyes and I let them wander. And then maybe my eyes will fixate on something that it is drawn to. Breathing in, breathing out, just noticing where the eyes land and pausing and noticing different parts around you. As you breathe in and breathe out, find that one spot where the eyes can gaze gently. Noticing just the subtleties of things, noticing your body as you gaze gently. Maybe your eyes are gently blinking, maybe the eyes have become soft and the desire to blink is going away. Maybe the face is twitching, the little muscles letting go of tension, and maybe the face is softened and relaxed enough. And then we bring our head very gently back to center, looking at that point, back in toward the front. Let the eye gaze soften. Maybe the eyes wish to close or remain open. Allow your spine to get nice and tall again as you breathe in. Feel as if you are lengthening through the vertebrae as your shoulders relax down. And soften the belly a little. Try not to overstrain or overcontract. Good. We're going to move our body a little bit into the next pose. So we take our time moving gently into a forward position now. From seated position, take your legs out to the edges of your mat with your knees nice and bent. You can stay remaining on the pillow if you like a little bit of added height and support. You can adjust your pillows if you need. So I'm going to just sit on a pillow for support. Knees can be bent out in front. You can put a couple of pillows at the back of the knees if this is more comfortable for you. Stretching the legs out, maybe letting the head hang forward. Try to get in a relaxed position in the forward fold, or maybe the arms go further forward as the head relaxes forward and the feet relax. Or maybe you're up high, just learning to stretch the legs a little as the head drops down. The arms support you out in front and your head is able to flop forward. And you take nice long deep inhales and exhales, softening your belly, softening your jaw. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. Finding the comfortable position here where you can relax completely. I'm going to bend my elbows and put my head in my hands for a moment so that I can just feel my head being nicely supported as I'm in this forward fold. You may notice compression in the back of your hips. You may notice deep compression in the front of your hip flexors. And some of you may decide to put your feet together in the diamond pose position, moving the bolster or the support out from under you, feet together, and supporting ankle bones as you drop your head towards your feet. Maybe that's your pose today. So it looks like this. My feet. There's my feet. And I'm allowing my body to roll forward, maybe head resting on the feet. You can always put a bolster or a blanket in or a pillow in the middle, letting the head drop onto the pillow. And we're here, allowing ourselves to feel the opening of the pose. Again, just noticing, maybe you tried it without the support and you're like, you know what, I want to do the support again, and just drop forward and rest here. And breathe in and breathe out. And we go back to the breath, always to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. The desire to move is normal. That's the humanness of this experience. Find a place where you could maybe take 10 breaths and not move for a little while. Or maybe 10 breaths is just way too much to stay still. And that you're working on, I'm not going to move my joints or my body for about 3 breaths. Become aware of the ribs in the back. Start to feel the opening of your rib cage in the back. When you breathe in, let the lungs expand into the back of your rib cage. When you breathe out, let the ribs and shoulders soften. Let your tongue relax in your mouth. Become aware of the ribs in the back. Full awareness of the breath traveling into the body, the cool air coming in, and the warm air going out. You are aware of your breath, breathing in, maybe holding the breath, breathing out, maybe holding the breath. You are aware of your body in this position. When you breathe in, you may feel the opening of the lower back, right at the base of the spine, right along the hip bones, the buttocks, the sacrum, and the tailbone. You may be very aware of your knees and your ankle points right now. Some of you may be feeling a lot of sensation in these joints, the ankles, the knees, the hips. What part of your body can you soften quite easily? Like, can you let the softness come into the stomach again? Let the softness come into your shoulders, if it's here for you. Or maybe it's simply noticing how soft your tongue is in your mouth. Notice the softness of your breath, that you're no longer having to strain to take the inhale in, or you're not having to strain to exhale. Maybe there's softness in the thought, in the memories of the past. There is softness in the projections of the future. And there may be softness in this present moment of hearing the different sounds around you, inside the room, outside the room, and there's softness here. And we're breathing, and we're feeling the sensation of the body. We're feeling the ankles, the knees, the hips, the spine, the head, the shoulders. We're feeling the tongue in the mouth. But we're also noticing the images that come up. It's like an old movie being played. And we're noticing our emotional responses. Like, is there a voice speaking to you right now, telling you something, saying something? Is there silence? If your eyes are closed, you may want to just flutter them a little bit. If you want to open your eyes or they're already open, bring your eye gaze into a still spot in front of you and maybe press up very gently, coming into the next pose. Stretch out, take your bolsters or cushions to the side and let the legs gently stretch out towards the floor. Laying on your back, you can always put a pillow under the head if you prefer a cushion, and relax on your back. Let your legs extend out. Let all the blood come into the hips for a moment, and breathe in and breathe out. Feel the back on the floor. Feel the shoulders relaxing. And let the rib cage soften towards the ground in the back. And let the lower back and sacrum open up. Let the thighs, the hips, the hamstrings, the backs of the knees, the kneecaps, the shins, the calf muscles, heels and toes. Let your body soften here. Hear the sounds in the room. Hear my voice speaking. Hear the sounds outside the room. And then coming back inside the room, feel your body on the floor. Feel both feet, both arms, your spine, legs and torso, and head resting on the floor. Very, very slowly, you'll gently roll to your right side, bending up the left knee. Roll onto your side. Gently take your time, coming back up as we switch to laying on our stomach. Let your legs extend back behind you as you let your belly rest on the floor. We're coming into a back bend pose again. So you have choices here. You can slide the pillow underneath the chest again, right underneath the rib cage with your belly on the floor. You can rest your forehead on your hands. This is particularly a little bit more comfortable for women who are breastfeeding or anyone who's had some tightness in the chest muscles, any discomfort. Put some support under the chest. You can always rest your elbows in front gently, resting forehead on the ground. You can see by the shape of my back, I am already in back bend with the front of my spine, getting some extension. You can have the head resting here. You can be looking out in front as you lift the head a little, and then tuck your chin and relax the head in a downward position, looking at the floor. So the back of the neck feels long. You can bend your elbow points and place your hands on your forehead as you rest here. And taking long, deep breaths in and out. And noticing your body here. Allowing the breath to come in and go out. Let your belly expand into the floor. Your feet are comfortably back behind you. And deep inhale and deep long exhale. Noticing all the sounds inside the room. Noticing sounds outside of the room. Notice any craving or aversion to different sounds. And noticing your body again. Let your belly expand into the floor. Feel the belly pressing into the ground as you inhale. And as you exhale, let the belly soften. You can continue to make your back bend a little deeper if that's for you today. If you've never done this one before, you can always stay here or remove the pillow out from under the chest and completely soften back down on the floor, depending on how the spine feels. So you can put your elbows right underneath the shoulder line and increase the back bend and let the head drop forward gently. As your head drops forward, it puts a nice stretch in the lower middle back. The elbow points sit directly under the shoulders and are not separated wide apart. And there's no problem doing that. That will bring you closer to the floor with the elbows further apart. When your elbows pull in under shoulder line, you can really prop yourself up into the higher supported position and let the head hang. And again, the belly breath is key. As you breathe in, stick your belly into the floor. Maybe really push into the belly button. And as you exhale, lightly squeeze your buttocks. Gently pull the buttocks together and let the heels pull in slightly. And then as you inhale again, let your buttocks soften and take the breath deep into the belly. Like stick the belly outward as you inhale. Pull the belly inward, belly button pulling in. Urine retract, lightly squeezing as you exhale. Then you're noticing again. Notice the front of your hips, the right hip. Notice the front of the right thigh. The right kneecap. All the way down to the right shin, top of the right foot, and the toes of the right foot. Notice your left hip, left front of the thigh, left kneecap, all the way down your left shin bone, top of your foot, and your left toes. And the whole left leg, from hips to toes. The whole right leg, hip to toes. And back to the belly button. Breathe in and stick your belly into the floor, and breathe out. Pull the belly button in as you squeeze the belly more. Notice the sounds inside the room. Notice the sounds outside the room while you continue to breathe in and breathe out. Feel your entire body, from your head, the face, the forehead, the top of your head, the back of your head, running down the back of the neck, between your shoulder blades, down through the middle back, into the sacrum, down into your tailbone. Feel the head, the neck, all the way down through the spine to your tailbone. Lightly, very gently, flutter your eyes a little if you wish to open the eyes for a moment. Taking in the space around you, maybe just looking at your hands and seeing the details of the hands, and noticing your hands, or noticing the floor. And just allow the eyes to take in the gentle detail. And then we slowly lift our head. We look to our right very gently. Feel the head pulling to the right. And then we look to our left very gently. Feel the head pull to the left. Come back to center. Tuck your chin and very gently push up onto your elbows and knees. Stick your bottom out behind you. Walk your knees forward a couple of inches. Slide the supports out from underneath you. And then gently, very gently lay on your stomach again. If again the stomach and the chest are sensitive, roll onto your back. Turn your head to the right side of the room. Let your shoulders drop down and your arms beside you for a moment so that the back bend, you can get all the blood flowing through the entire spine. That it's no longer just pooling into the hips and going down to the toes. That everything now is getting all that fresh blood flow. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Feel your head gently turning to the right. You may feel a deep stretch across the left side of your neck, down through the left collarbone, into the chest, shoulders, and hips. Breathing in and breathing out. Everything relaxing back. Then we turn our head gently, lift the head and turn it to the left. With your right ear towards the floor. Allowing the head gently turning to the left. Opening up the muscles of the neck. Breathing in, breathing out. This time, feeling the muscles along the right side of the neck, from your ear to your collarbone, across your shoulder, chest, down through the hip and the thigh. And then we push up very gently. We're coming up onto our hands and knees. Once again, slide the knees back a little bit, coming into a child's pose position. If it feels okay for you to stick your hips back, resting on the elbows, knees are a good hip width apart. Maybe this is your child's pose today, just staying upright here and letting the head hang. Maybe you can test the knees a little bit and go all the way back with your hips. Maybe the arms want to stay stretched out, or you prefer to have them down beside your feet. You can also put a pillow back underneath the head, giving the space to breathe as you relax forward here. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe you prefer that in front of the chest and the head gently resting forward, breathing in, breathing out. Or turning your head to one side, breathing in, breathing out. Child's pose is a very nurturing pose, stimulating a nice massage across your belly. Feel the pressure against the liver, the intestines, also a nice pressure against the bladder and reproductive organs relaxing towards the floor. Again, you can always take this, if your knees are sensitive, you can always keep the bottom in the air and let the head hang forward. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And you're still getting a lovely release through the hips and the shoulders as well. Deep breath in and deep breath out. You can be back here in the child's pose, resting your head and then maybe turning your head the other way. Softening your belly between your legs. Some have also wanted more support in these ones. So you may do a nice big high bolster. I'm up on my knees here, and you can put the big lot of pillows here. Put your hands here with your knees a little further apart and resting your head to one side. This may be what you need right now, just to feel supported and nurtured. The child's pose is quite often the pose we go to when we want to feel more nurtured, a self-soothing position. You often see babies rocking themselves to sleep in this position. breathing in and breathing out. So find your comfortable spot. And again, my knees are quite wide at that point. I'm quite apart with my knees here. I've got a lot of position here. Got double cushions, triple cushions, whatever you need to feel that support. And some of you may want to put the cushions to the side and go into more of a supported pelvic support with your bottom in the air and your head hanging forward and the legs extending back, if that's what you're wanting today. Try a couple of ways around, just so that you get to experience the sensation of support of the child support. I'm going back with my hips more towards my heels as I hug the pillows in against my chest. And this is very nurturing for me. This may not be nurturing for you. So find your place and take some deep breaths. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Feeling your body in the support. Nurture yourself. Maybe ask yourself the question, what needs to be nurtured today? What part of me needs to be taken care of? What part of me can I hold and nurture today? And go quiet for a moment and let the body speak to you. Let the parts of yourself have a voice. And let that voice speak. Sometimes it's the imagination that creates the words to get started. I soften the belly. I feel the deep nourishment coming from the kidneys in my back, into the bladder line, running into the reproductive organs, the creative flow from my hips down through my thighs, around the glutes, the excretory organs, and then down into the knees, ankles, and toes. Every breath in and every breath out, I allow my body to soften and receive the support of the child. And if you would like to turn your head the other way, please do so. And noticing the sounds again, I'm having a minor disturbance with a chainsaw going on outside of my condo right now. And I'm breathing in and breathing out and just allowing all the sounds that need to happen, let them come in and let the chaos of sound be as natural as it needs to be. That I have no control of the silence or the sounds. That the sound is all I need to focus my awareness on my present moment. The sound pulls me closer into my hips, my belly, my thighs, my knees, my ankles. The sound helps me bring my awareness to my breath. It gives me that deep connection to my inhalation and exhalation. I'm more connected to the sensation of hot and cold. I can feel the warmth of my chest increasing, moving up into my face, my neck and shoulders. I can feel the openness of my back, my lower back, my hips, the middle of the spine and the upper part of my back. I'm becoming more and more aware of my environment, the firmness of the floor underneath me, and the expanded awareness of my eyes as I gently open my eyes and look at one point on the ground or the wall out in front. I can notice my breathing getting deeper now. As I take the breath into the lungs, I feel the ribs open up and expand, and I pause and I breathe out, and I empty myself completely of air. And meanwhile, still very aware of all the sounds, my body, all the images that come in and out, all the thoughts of the past, the memories, the present moment as I feel my body again and my breath, all the sounds, hearing my voice, speaking to you, all the different sounds outside the room. Everything is here all at once. And I'm able to move between all the points all at once until finally there are no points to move around. I'm simply breathing in, breathing out, and all the sounds, the body, the breath, the emotions, the sensations, the memories, the present moment, all start to tune in together like a beautiful symphony coming together as one. All the sounds, everything tuning in, feeling the breath in the body, everything tuning in, all the memories, all the past, tuning in, feeling, not feeling, seeing, not seeing, smelling, not smelling, tasting, not tasting, everything all at once. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly we place our hands, we wiggle them. We're going to slide ourselves out of the child's position, very gently coming upwards. Moving the hips a little, moving the pelvis. We're going to move into a pigeon pose or a runner's pose, depending on what you feel like. I'm going to just move my supports to a sideward position. Come up very gently. Maybe step the right leg over the front of your support. Slide the left leg back a little bit. Put the hands underneath your shoulder line and let the head hang. This is the runner's lunge. Preparation for Hanuman. Maybe the forward and back split. Maybe this is difficult to get here at first, so you start up high And if you don't have support or bolsters, it will look like this. You're here and you're like this. Both knees bent, hand underneath shoulder line, relaxing the head. Keep this right knee close to the shoulder. Hands underneath you, breathe in, breathe out. And then you start to slide this back leg a little bit further back. This front knee can stay bent. This leg just keeps going back more. Maybe you're here. And maybe you want to go to your elbow points. The left elbow going down first, then the right elbow if it's here today for you. See where you're at. Breathing in, breathing out. You can always slide a support under the knee behind you, under that left knee, as you rest the knee on a pillow, as you drop your head towards the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let the head relax completely. Let your hips slowly sink towards the floor. Take a full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. Soften your jaw. Soften the tongue in the mouth. And deep inhale, deep long exhale. Try to find the softness in the different parts of your body. Can you relax your shoulders a little more? Can you expand a little bit more into your belly, soften the belly? And just bring your gentle awareness to the opposites, the cool air coming into your nostrils or your mouth, and the warm air coming out of your nostrils or mouth. Breathing in, breathing out. Hear the sounds in the room. Hear the sounds outside of the room. Maybe a distant bird in the background. Or traffic if you have traffic close by. Or maybe there's chatter going on if you have family outside the room. And we're going to very slowly make our way back to knees under hips, just for a moment, and then we'll switch the legs out. So you take your time to move very gently, hands under shoulder line if you're on your elbows, slide your hips back. If you want to have a transition and lay on your stomach for a moment or lay on your back, please do so. Take your time. I'm going to let my legs stretch out behind me and then turn my head to the left with my right ear on the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. And then very slowly, gently, we push up and we put the left foot forward. And again, it starts here in this high bent position, both knees bent, one hand under the shoulder line. Maybe this is your pose here today. Keep the left knee against your left shoulder line. Or maybe you go down to your right elbow first, and then maybe your left. Keep both knees bent. And then if it's here, you may want to stretch your right leg out behind you, and you can always put a pillow under that left knee, under the right knee in this case. And then again, you can be up high, relaxing the head. Or one elbow down, or the other elbow down. And again, this left knee stays in close to the left shoulder. Try not to let the left knee drop wide open. And breathe in, breathe out. And then just noticing how this side can feel a little different to the other side. Softening through the body. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And just noticing how sometimes tension wants to come in, whether it's in your mind, whether it's thoughts pulling you into the future, or the thoughts pulling you into the past, memories. Just know that the thoughts are temporary. One of my teachers would say the thoughts are like clouds in the sky. Let them just simply, like a child gazing at the clouds on a summer's day, laying on your back on the ground. Can you be as gentle as that with your thoughts? And just simply observe the thoughts as if they were clouds, and let them gently move across the sky. Feel your body again as you're observing your thoughts, noticing your feet, your toes, your ankles. Notice how your knees feel. And then traveling into the hips, lower back. How is your lower back? Noticing your thoughts, and then moving up through the spine. Noticing your breath as you breathe in and breathe out. Deep inhale. Deep long exhales. Noticing hot and cold sensations, like can you feel the coolness of the air against your skin in different places? Can you feel the cool air on the back of your feet or your hands? And can you feel the warmth of your body in different places? Maybe the warmth of your cheeks, the warmth of your belly and chest. Breathing in and breathing out, feel the sensations arising. Your whole body connected to the breath. Your whole body connected to the feeling of this position. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice your thoughts, past, the present moment, and the future. I'm going to take a very slow movement now. Wiggle your eyes open a little, flutter them if they want to open. And then take your time moving your hips back gently, and you can lay on your stomach and turn your head to your right side, and you can lay on your back if you prefer. And allow your jaw to relax and shoulders to relax as you let all the blood flow. Breathing in and breathing out. Deep breath in, deep breath out, feeling your entire body here. Notice your left hip, front of the left hip, the left thigh, knee, and left toes. Feel the bottom of your left foot, moving up through the back of the left leg, back of the knee, hamstring, and left buttock. Moving all the way up from the left buttock to the left side of your spine, left shoulder, down through your left arm, the palm of your hand, and then up through the fingertips to your wrist, forearm, back to your shoulder, across your chest, to the sternum, and then across to your right side, right shoulder, back of the shoulder all the way down the rib cage, down through to the hip, the buttock, the front of the right thigh, back the hamstring, back of the knee, calf muscle, down to the bottom of your foot, to the toes. Your whole body relaxing down here. And very gently, we're going to feel our head move forward gently, lifting our head and our neck. And then slide the hands underneath the chest, and we can press up gently as we lift the head and chest. Feel the cobra position. Feel your torso, your ribs, your shoulders, your arms, your head, everything just kind of rising up a little. Put some weight in the hands and bend the knees a little. Press back up, and then we lay on our back in our final Shavasana position as we get ready to close the practice of Yin Yoga today. You can put a blanket over your body. You can put a pillow at the back of your head and at the back of your knees. See where you want to relax completely. I'm going to stay seated to give you the final closing. But please find a comfortable place for yourself right now. As you breathe in and breathe out, feel that gentle connection as you relax on your back, extending your legs completely. The practice of Yin Yoga coming to a close, but still very much aware of your body, very connected to your space, your room, feeling the deep relaxation through the joints. Everything here, all at once, all the sounds, all the thoughts, all the opposites, hot, cold, up, down, light pressure, heavy pressure, all of these wonderful opposites. all the sensations, tingling, zapping, gentle flowing sensations in the body. Maybe there's tightness here and there. Maybe there's openness here and there. All those different feelings of sensations. All the thoughts, the memories, projections of the future, and this present moment of what's occurring, what's alive right now, what's happening right now in this moment. And again, like the symphony, we are tuned in. For the last hour, just over an hour and 20 minutes, we have tuned in completely to all of this presence. And that the craving, things you're drawn to with your mind during this practice, the things you wanted to push away with your mind during this practice, is all part of the deep presence of being human and being alive. That all of this is actually your freedom, not your limitation. That all of this practice is showing you the freedom of the body and the mind. The inner freedom and the outer freedom that exists in each moment and each breath is alive now. All the past, all the future, things to come, and this present moment, all here all at once. At any moment, we can move through all those dimensions, the past, the present, future, all of this freedom all at once. Moving in and moving out like sliding doors, opening and closing. You get to walk in and walk out at any time, any place. You are free to move in and out. You are free to stay still in and out. You are free. The breath, the body, all the workings of your mind, free. Free to be whatever it wants to be. Free. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, free. I notice my body, free. I notice the space my body sits in, the room, free. Outside the room, beyond the room, beyond the wall of my garden, the roads, beyond the roads, beyond the state lines, beyond the edges of this country, beyond the oceans and mountains and sky, free, all of it free. Beyond the sky, into the atmosphere, into ether, stars, cosmos, free. And beyond the stars and the cosmos, free. And free, all of it, all at once. Beyond the mind, beyond the body, beyond this entire universe, free, all of it free. Free in the Dom, free in the Dom. Beyond all of it, all at once. Breathing, no breath, no body, no mind, all of it free. To be. When you're ready, if you want, you can make some movements and take a seat if you're not already seated. You can start rubbing your hands in front of your chest lightly as you move your hands back and forth. Feel the heat coming into your hands. Give it a little moment. Don't rush, it's all fine. If you wish to stay where you are and not do any movements and just stay in your free Dom, the place to be, staying where you are is perfect. And lightly placing your hands in front of your face, take a big inhale. When we exhale, run your hands above your head as you feel that just above the head, touch the back of the neck and the throat. Give your shoulders and arms a nice little squeeze, touch your hands in your heart. Run the hands back over the chest again, the lungs. Feel your belly. Run your hands down your hip bones, maybe to the front of the hips, reproductive organs, roll forward. Touch your back, your spine, your buttocks, down through your thighs, your knees, down through the shins, into your toes, and then back to the earth. And pause at your feet for a minute. Thank the blessed earth as always for the abundance that we receive. Taking these moments to have the gratitude to understand this abundance from the most powerful point. That we are indeed free, beyond the body, beyond the mind, beyond this physical world. And we are the body, the mind, and the world, all of it, all at once, and none of it. Hands to the heart, take a big inhale. Namaste. Peace to you all today. Thanks for tuning in for Yin Yoga Friday. Let me know how you thought, what your thoughts were. I'm going to stream this again, send it out to the Facebook world. And again, always thank you again for watching, partaking in this practice, whether you did it as a meditation or you did the asanas, you opened up your body. Thanks for joining me on the mat in my yoga lounge. Namaste.